Hello, it's Phil Thatch and I am in downtown Chattanooga, and today I'm going to be shifting Chattanooga. I'm going to walk around with my Canon R5 Mark II and my new used tilt shift TSE 17mm lens and take photographs of buildings and get them completely in the frame and level in the frame that I didn't used to be able to do before I had this tilt shift lens. Right now it's tilted up about 7 degrees for a shot I just made of this old church right here. And I figured while I have a camera person, my daughter's being my camera person for Father's Day, I'll show you what it looks like when it shifts. Let's do it this way. I turn this knob, and when I shift, at that point it's like a regular lens, but when I shift it up, it allows me to get more in the frame in terms of vertical while keeping the camera level. Because if I do it like a regular lens and tilt the camera up, all of my lines will be messed up in terms of the vertical lines in the frame. But if I keep the camera level and shift the lens up, then things look perfect. So this is the first shot I made out with the tilt shift lens, and it's a picture of the Hamilton County Courthouse. Tons of resolution in the R5, so I can zoom it in where you can actually read Hamilton County Courthouse here across the front. And as you can see, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5-story tall building. And from right across the street with just a little bit of shift, I can't remember how many millimeters I had it shifted, I was able to get the shot and really like the way this turned out. And this is kind of the shot that this lens should be really good at. I was far enough back to where I didn't have to worry with distortion at the edges of the lens. All of these are going to be 17mm on this 17mm prime. This one I shot at f11. I was doing automatic ISO, and this one's 1/200th of a second. I was trying to keep my ISO as close to 100 as I could. This is 1/200th at ISO 160. Now this is the shot that I made right after we did our first video clip, and I really like the way it looks, but this building over here is definitely leaning. And that could be lens distortion from something being right at the edge of the frame with the lens shifted a pretty good bit, or maybe I didn't do as good a job as I had hoped making sure the camera was level. Really should probably do work like this on a tripod instead of walking around and doing the shots handheld. But that's not the way I did it today. So definitely some problems there on this shot that was at 1/200th of a second, f11 and ISO 100. Okay, so I'm trying to get another shot of this church steeple. This is a church that used to be here, and the church is now gone. It's a parking lot now, but they still have the steeple from years ago. And I made a shot of it earlier, which I probably have already showed you, or maybe I haven't, but I was going to get a different angle of it from over here. And one thing I'm finding out about this tilt shift lens, when I shift it up to where I can get the top in the frame on things that are really tall, like this steeple, which is several stories tall, it reduces the amount I have in the frame in the bottom. So that's something to look out for. This is the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Auditorium. This big old building has just under 5,000 seats in the auditorium. I've seen Robert Plant and Alison Krauss here. I've seen Steve Martin and Martin Short. I've seen Broadway plays or off-Broadway plays. We saw Hamilton in this building and several others. Just a really, really great place to go here in Chattanooga. And coming at it from the corner, this end looks really tall. That's just because it's closer, and this end looks less tall. This is the top of that church that we photographed earlier, or the steeple from that church way in the background. But I'm pretty happy with the way this shot turned out. I love these flagpoles that are exactly the same length all the way down the building. Just looks really cool. This one's 1/200th and ISO 125 at f11. And here's a little building that I've never really noticed before until I was wandering around town trying to find things to take pictures of. This is only about a block, maybe a block and a half from the Memorial Auditorium. Who knows how old this building is, but I really like the way it looks. And this lens resolves really well. Look at all the detail in those bricks. This one is 1/200th, f11, and ISO 125. We're in a spot now on 8th Street, kind of up the hill from the Dome building, and there's a small brick building right here and a church right here, and the back of the Dome building, and then there's the truest building, and I was able to frame them up from this spot. I was tilted up 6 millimeters and was able to get all of that in the shot and straight. So I thought that was pretty cool. Here's the shot I just described in that video clip with the dark colored brick building here and the church, the truest building, very tall building far away, the top of the dome building. That turned out pretty nice. Shifted this one up just a little bit to get everything in the frame. This is 1/200th of a second, f11 and ISO 100. This is my favorite intersection for street photography in Chattanooga. This is Market Street and 8th Street. And I decided I had to make a photograph with the tilt shift lens down here. Turned out pretty good. This is 1/200th of a second, f11 and ISO 400. My daughter and I were making our way towards the river so we could see the Tennessee Aquarium, and I stopped and made this shot of the Regions Bank building. I really love the way this turned out. Pretty nice indeed. 1/200th of a second, f11 and ISO 125. And here's another group of buildings that look like all one building that we passed with all sorts of things. The Derryberry Public Relations Building, tax request, and this is a Panera Bread right here. So all sorts of things. This is on Market Street in Chattanooga. This is 1/200th of a second, f11 and ISO 200. So normally I can't take a picture of the aquarium this close. I take it from maybe a block back that way, and 24 millimeters is good for back there. But this bridge thing is in the shot, and now I'm getting a close-up shot. Have to get it level. And then I really like the manual focus assistant on Canon cameras. Get everything level. Make a few shots. I'm shooting 1/200th automatic ISO at f11, and for that shot I was tilted up about 4.5 millimeters. And here's the shot you saw me working on there at the Tennessee Aquarium. Really happy with this. Love the colors from this lens and the day that we had, and the R5 Mark II, all combining to make these colors. This one is 1/200th of a second, f11 and ISO 125. The IMAX Theater, show them that right there. It's such a cool building. Just the front of it, the theater itself is way back over there, but the entrance is really cool. And normally when I take a picture of it, if I want to get the line straight, I have to shoot vertically and then crop the bottom off. But I think I'm going to be able to shoot horizontally with this. I've actually kind of almost have the whole thing in the frame even without shifting, but when I shift, I can get it in the middle of the frame and have a lot of cool looking sky above it. And now I'm making some shots. Let me increase my shutter speed a little bit. Doing this handheld is tricky to get the camera completely level and make it stay level. But there we go. I think I got it. Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is totally awesome. Here's the shot of the IMAX Theater. You can see the entrance. I just love the entrance to this building. I photographed it a lot of times, but I've never gotten the entire entrance and this much to the sides of the entrance, because normally I have to shoot it vertical and then I end up with just kind of this part of the frame right here, and that's it. And then there's a whole lot of the bottom that I end up cropping off. This part right back here, this big thing, is the actual theater. It's huge. It's great in there. It's the best theater I've ever been in my life. And there it is at f11, 1/320th of a second, and ISO 125. There's a little bridge here at the Tennessee Aquarium, and I'm up on top of it, and I'm looking down Broad Street, and I'm going to shift the lens down to try to get more foreground than you can normally get from this spot. Yeah, that's a pretty cool shot that you couldn't get without a tilt shift lens. I was shifted down 8.5 millimeters. Okay, so now I'm trying the thing that I actually came up here to do, and that is to get a miniature effect out of this. But I'm also shifting down to do that effect that I did in the previous picture. But I'm tilting down I'm trying to get the road that goes by right here to be the only thing in focus, with the foreground way out of focus and the background way out of focus. And that will give it that will make things look miniature. But it's a lot. It's a lot to get right, especially handheld. And then once I get everything just right, I gotta wait till a car goes by, because that's gonna be my subject that's in focus. Oh, and it's a box truck. Maybe this box truck will go by and it'll be my miniature thing. It's a flatbed truck. Okay, I think I got it. Take a look at this, Casey. So for that shot, I was shifted down like 8 or so millimeters, and I was tilted down all the way. That's my first tilt shot ever, and I used it with shift from here. I'm excited about this lens. This is my first ever attempt at doing the miniaturization that you can do with a tilt shift lens, and this is the first shot I've ever done with the lens where I used the tilt function at all. And sometimes you can use the tilt function to get more things in focus, but when you do miniaturization, you use the tilt function to get less things in focus. And my subject is this flatbed truck right here. And as you can see, it's in nice focus, but the background is way more out of focus than a wide angle shot would be. And the foreground is way more out of focus than a wide shot would be. And the reason I shifted my lens down is I wanted to get this little circle symmetrical in the shot. And I'm pretty happy with this. This may be my favorite shot I've made with this lens so far. You saw in the video clip how far I had the lens shifted down and I had it tilted all the way. Other than that, my settings were 1/640th of a second. I'm wide open at f4, which helps the low depth of field. If I shot this at f11, even though I was tilting, it would still have more depth of field than I wanted. So I shot it wide open at f4 and ISO 100. These are some condos that are near the Walnut Street pedestrian bridge in Chattanooga. There's also an ice cream shop here in the bottom. Just look at all the detail from this lens. Really nice. And of course, right above this business, that's somebody's balcony, right above the entrance to the ice cream show. And this is 1 block from the Tennessee River. It's really a nice location. Just a beautiful area. 1/640th of a second, f10. ISO 125. Now I made this shot without tilting. I didn't tilt or shift. I just used this lens as a manual focus, ultra wide 17 millimeter lens. And this is the Walnut Street pedestrian bridge. It's closed right now. They're doing work on it. It's all wooden, the part that you walk on, and they're putting all new boards. They've already completely repainted it, as you can see, and it should be reopened soon. I can't wait to get back out there on it. This shot is 1/640th of a second, f10, ISO 125. Okay, so right here is the Hunter Museum of Art, and they've got 3 buildings, but this is the one that looks kind of like an old building. And years ago, when I got my first ultra-wide lens, when I was really new to photography, I was pretty experienced by that time at music photography, but I was not very experienced at all in architecture and real estate photography. And I came down here with it was a Tokina 11-16, so it was 16.5 millimeters full frame equivalent on an APS-C Nikon camera. And I made a photograph of this, and of course, to get it all in the frame, I had to tilt my camera up, and my vertical lines, which are easy to see with these columns, were pointing in. And I posted it on Facebook, and a friend of mine who is a professional real estate photographer said, "Man, your vertical lines are messed up. It's not the lens's fault. It's just you can't be pointing the camera up. It messes up your shot." And so I've never had a lens where I can get straight vertical lines until today. So I came here and I made this shot, and I only had to tilt it up about 6.5 degrees, and this thing goes 12 to get a shot of the Hunter Museum of Art with straight vertical lines. So very excited about that, and today's the day. This is the shot of the Hunter Museum of Art where I did not use the shift function, and I just pointed the camera up to get the entire building in the shot. And you can see these vertical lines are not straight. They're leaning in, and it makes the building look like it's leaning backwards. Now, one thing I've got to watch with this lens, and if I was on a tripod, I could have corrected this. There's lens flare right here. So I would have needed to put my hand up in front of the lens just enough to block the sun, but not enough to block the shot. But there is the way I used to photograph this building. And here's the way I do it now. This is with the lens shifted up. I can't remember how far, maybe I mentioned it in the video clip, but it wasn't far, maybe 6 or so millimeters up. And of course, I've still got the lens flare problem, but I definitely have straight up and down vertical lines. So that is very cool. I've been wanting to make that shot correctly for more than a decade now, well over a decade. This is 1/800th of a second, f11 and ISO 250. I probably could have shot that at a little bit slower shutter speed to get my ISO closer to 100. All right, thanks for watching this episode of Shifting Chattanooga with the Canon TSE 17mm f4L tilt shift lens on my Canon R5 Mark II. Thanks to my daughter, who was my video camera operator today, and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit thumbs up. If you want to see some more stuff like this, subscribe and hit the bell. I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.